Good morning, everybody. A wild one yesterday. Market tends to be. So we got this range expansion bottoming tail bar. And one of the scenarios I spoke about yesterday pre-market was a continuation pattern. I mean, price is trading under this bar's low. Good morning, everybody. Here we go again. Um, Never imagined it to be one with such a long bar reaching far down, but it hit our support level and it popped well above it. Actually turned on a dime almost, and then got back up near the high of the day. So can it continue? Well, I don't think it's going to continue. When I say I don't think something's going to happen, it's just based on historical patterns from just seeing things, you know, thousands, hundreds of thousands of times. And historically, a range expansion bar like this, even a bottoming tail bar, results in some type of contraction, meaning you don't get a bar this big the next day most times. And prices are right up next to this bar where prices were rejected. Now, this might be just a type of consolidation that's going on. The other concept is a wide range bar. So we got wide range bottoming tail bars and we got wide range bars with sometimes, well, this has got like what I call minor tails, but anyway, it's a wide range bar. And we say the prices, the bodies to stay in the upper half, which that's exactly what's happening right now. So, and in part, as we look at this type of a pattern, well, what is most meaningful as to, what price action is doing, right? So if we say, hey, look, the open and close are the most meaningful. What happened between the open and close could be meaningful, but as we see this price pattern, we want to see the strength that preceded what was going on. Leave me alone. Um, that it stays strong, meaning it keeps trading up near the top of the range and creating support. And that's what this is doing. So, and if you were to look at this on a closing basis, which would eliminate all the thoughts in your head created by the tails, you would just see the move up and down, up. And today is just beginning, but you just see a pattern that says, hey, it's going up, it's strong. And the craziness is eliminated from that. So while we don't want to eliminate it, we want to put the crazy price action in perspective that's going on by just through your mind's eye saying, well, you know what, this is strength that created a void. On the closing basis, it's doing exactly what I want it to do, stay strong. And some gyrations went on here. So as this comes up to this area, right, we're interested, well, if it gets through it, um, how much can it get through it? Meaning, does it just poke through it and start coming back in again, where we look at smaller time frames to take note of the price action. So trend continues to be up. We got the 20 and 50 pointing up. There's nothing up above. Yesterday we discussed consolidation patterns in different markets, and I forget what went on yesterday with prices kind of just dropped sharply. This, you can see right here, right? Just fall off the roof and bounce, like a Super Bowl, straight back up again. So inside bar, kind of wild bar there, tail on the top, tail on the bottom, but again, closing basis. Nothing wrong. It's gonna again coming more, and I'm looking at this, and the bar's not done. But if I'm looking at it as if it may have done, it's kind of like grinding its way higher. And the intraday pattern here, you can just see the craziness, and this one split right down through there. It came right back, and so we've got this kind of wild trading range. Things are calming down, but this type of range expansion typically results in some type of range contraction. So today just may be that range contraction day, which would be normal. The Dow continues to be in its trading range. Russell, just chopping along there. You see the same wild move, and then the recovery. And then I'd be interested to see what this bar is. We've got the whole week to go, but I'd be interested to see what this bar is at the end of the week. What kind of body there is there. And I'm because I see this, we still got a lot of days to go, but if we were to see such a candle like this at the end of the week, assuming that it stays kind of range bound like that, we're going to have a narrow candle body, and it tells us that momentum is slowing. Speed up again, slowing down. Bonds, market's up, is down a little bit, still in the lower half of the big red bar, so nothing of significance going on there. With this type of a pattern, there's this void where it could go up, but this wide range bar here, there's a greater tendency for this to turn into a little breakout failure on this time frame because of the higher time frame. And this might be the beginnings of going on there. And oil just hanging up there, quiet. Maybe starting to form some type of a bull flag. We'll have to see. It's early yet. Waiting to see if gold can clear here. Got in the alerts explained yesterday. The big move down, the downside shake. And we got the wide range bar. So far, it can't get above there, which is just fine with me, meaning spending a little time going sideways here. The concept of, this power move and the energy from it, in a sense, the shakeout, this move back up, it's like the power of that energy begins to dissipate. And as these bars go sideways here, over time it moves away from that. And so if today's bar was to go down and come right back up again, that would make it even a better pattern. One little downside shakeout again, reinforcing like what's happening here. So our concept of bar by bar analysis is not meant to get stuck into, okay, that one bar is something. No, it's meant to be a method of continually updating your information. And so as we see this kind of a move down, which strongly suggests it's going to go lower, something happened here. There was an event, but it's still a mess overall. But there's an improvement. And so as bar by bar, and we get this tail bar here, and there was this, and now this is stroke bar, just nothing. But as I said, if this was to turn into a tail and come up, for me that just reinforces a high probability that that's going to pop higher. So going sideways here, that's all good. GME, John's on YouTube was more than crazy. I don't know what's going on with that company. Just a short covering. Maybe that was the last of the shorts getting destroyed. And that's just an insane move. I'm coming all the way back down again. Because it was halted for a while, if you're not aware. They halted it because it was such a big move. All right, and we looked at where's silver. Still just chopping around. Alerts are in, waiting to see if it can form that head and shoulders bottom or not. And bottoming tail bar, square top up above. So we'll see what today brings. We don't have any, let's say, action patterns per se that jump out at me and say, "Hey, this is a historically high odds pattern. Get ready to hit the button." Well, you are, Dan.
All right, good morning. Well, I posted a couple trades pre-market. We had some 1, 2, 3s, a couple watches. This one, we actually entered yesterday, Lazar. I gave this 5-minute high yesterday. Nice little gap breakout. It triggered 5-minute high. You can add over today's high. Let's see another one. There was a couple 1, 2, 3s. One of them was a bank stock, but it has earnings tomorrow, so I couldn't post it. NEOG. NEOG is a 1, 2, 3, somewhat light volume. LSCC, little semiconductor. This will be a great 1, 2, 3 short if we get an inside bar for tomorrow. So all our opens are fine. We lowered our inventory a lot yesterday with this crazy intraday move. Look at that, another 1-day downside shakeout. That's unbelievable. Every attempt to go lower, so the bearish sentiment that Greg's talking about, the bulls are licking their chops. This is an uptrend with so many downside shakeouts, rising 20, 50. So we have 15 or 16 open longs in the advisory letter. Well, you know us, McGraw. If I get a 1, 2, 3, I guarantee you I will short that on Wednesday, tomorrow. We get the bearish inside bar. I mean, look, we're pattern traders, McGraw. Look, the SMH is strong. Would I short SMH? No. This has rolled over with a gap breakout failure, bearish consolidation, a closing low with an extended monthly. So we're technical traders. I believe my setup. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. All right. So our weekly options trader, we only have 2 opens. Nikola, a put spread, and Squares are only bearish set, our bearish trade. And we have a bear call credit spread, the 240 is way the heck up here. That expires Friday. So that's fine. So every one of our open positions is fine. Fine to wonderful. Norwood's asking about Etsy. Yeah, Etsy blasted off here. It's gapping up. So when you ask me for a day trade, the answer is I don't know. Put it in a 5-minute window and let's see how it sets up. But as of right now, it's in an uptrend with a bullish gap over yesterday's high. So maybe 30-minute high, sure. I think it was Richard. Somebody posted in the room here that Elon Musk said they like his dog bed. And shoot, what's that? I'm trying to think of his name. The news, Gartman, the newsletter writer, was on CNBC today talking about sentiment, and he was just saying what I've been saying over just in different words. He's like, the amount of bullishness is just at ridiculous levels. I mentioned there was an article in the Journal yesterday where they were talking about different categories of that. and have fun when it happens. But it's just crazy. So if this stock really went up this much, 2027, if it went up $19 because Musk says he likes the dog bed, there you have it. That is another example, to me, of just stupidity. If you're a Robinhood trader or taxi driver or whatever the case, and somebody tells you Musk likes the dog bed, oh, okay, well then I'm going to buy the stock. It he's been in the business for a while. I don't know if he said 40 years or 25, but he said he's never seen anything like this. And I haven't since the dot-com bubble. Let me continue here. IWM. Yeah, we got shaken out on our put spread yesterday, but it looks higher, Jake. It looks higher. Spiders looks better, actually, because it's clearing these highs. Spiders, so, I can't believe I'm saying this. They look higher. It is what it is. VLDR. It's sloppy, but maybe a 30-minute high. VRTX. I like you see how my eye, look, I'm always looking at not so much the 15 here when I'm looking at a setup. It's a sell setup on the monthly. It broke out on the daily, but look at my 180 breakout on the weekly. See what my eye picked up on? My eye picked up on a 180 reversal with a price void. It's up a lot of bars, and we typically don't like buying breakouts from the bottom to the top. See if it can go sideways a couple more days, and then that looks great. Nikola, no, the tail's too big. I think we can get a better entry, Steve. Steve, for a new entry, same sector, I think Lazar is superior. Do you see the difference? Why do you want to buy a big old topping tail? Because then it'll be extended. It should pull back. This one closed with a bottoming tail above the open, closing breakout. The high is not as far away. I think Lazar is superior to Nikola. I'm going to put it in a window. All right, you're gonna sell a put spread on Ellis. All right, that's fine. Well, it's far away. I mean, that's fine. It's far away. I mean, it's still not following our approach, McGraw. You know that. Everything starts with a pattern, and then that's a bearish pattern, not a bullish one. But you've been in the business a long time. You're a big boy. John, workday. Other than a day trade, I see it kind of rounding here, stabilizing above the 20 with a price void. So a day trade would be okay. I got no interest in swinging that pattern. SCCO. William, you got to tell me what you're looking at because I have absolutely no idea. Unless, again, it's a W bottom on the 15 and you want a day trade, maybe a 30-minute high, that would be fine. But the daily is just in a trading range, rising 20, rising 50. Apron. Arun, you got to ask me what you want to do with that. I got an email saying, giving me a suggestion of selling a 750 put spread for February. And I said I liked it, but the only problem is it has earnings before the expiration date. Bill, AXP, gapping down, weak, 118. I don't have a bias. I don't know what this thing's going to do, but it was a breakout failure. Yesterday was a bearish bar, closing at the low with the markets having a beautiful recovery. Well, that'd be fine, but I would say wait until you get an intraday reversal. DVAX. That's a blast off bar. You know, I'm not sure if you want to day trade it or swing trade it. I mean, there's no entry right now. Need a big old stop. Same. You know, big old bar percentage wise. That's huge. Even day trade, it's extended. It's a moving train. Look at this beyond. Look at this up. $55. It is the four shorts that they did some deal with Pepsi, I think the news said. And I looked at the expected move on the option table by Friday. The expected move was like $13 and change. So whoever shorted this with stock or options is getting absolutely run over today. Jose is asking, yeah, it's in my gap list. It's a big gap to resistance. So 30-minute high, 30-minute high maybe. You know, that percentage wise, $1 divided by 11 is almost 10%. So it's a big gap, but it's a bullish gap. Tyson, someone's asking. I mean, these are slow movers. I don't like patterns when they're red green. I mean, you could sell a put spread under Monday's low, but I don't know. I'm crazy about Tyson. Thomas is asking about Momo, Hexo. It's gapping. Well, 30-minute high maybe. Momo. Hexo. Hexo, yeah, it's on my list. It's a marijuana stock that has a lot of room on the monthly. It's on my list. So over prior bars high on Hexo is fine. XLV, that looks great. That looks fantastic. It's a strong trend. It's been consolidating for 5 days. I'm gonna put that on a little thumbnail so I can stare at it. XLV looks great. Same with XBI. They both look good and higher. Let me go to my gap list here. We only got a couple minutes. Parts 1630, big gap up, need a pullback. Yeah, that gap's too big. TRGY 2830. This 99.9% looks like a SPAC. This is what SPACs do. Something's in a coma and then it starts moving. So Debbie, I don't know if you're out of bed yet. Debbie loves SPACs. Debbie, this could be the long-term entry. I have no idea what this company does, but there's a little trading range. We're getting a bullish gap here. I'm going to put that in a window. Looks good. EPGY. That looks good. PII. You know, we got to do that thing in the green room where I say, hey, what's the best pattern that pops in your eye as soon as my charts populate? And mine was right here. Look at that. We had a wide range igniting. We had a gap reversal. We have a buy setup with a bottoming tail. That was a beautiful entry right there. It had earnings and it's gapping up to 126, so nothing to do with it now. Eyes, never heard of this, but look at it. That's a nice gap breakout with weekly, monthly. Have a price void. Well, no, that's the. If this were coming in fluidly, then I would say this could possibly be a core long. But no, this was a nasty breakdown. So it's not a core whatsoever. Compared to our Aurora, we're core long this. See, this is what I want. The fluid move down when we're going core. So we're in this. We sold a third. Actually, that looks like today looks like a great time to add. I'm putting that in a window. Yeah, we got a buy set up here, even though it's a deep retracement. We're getting the turn. Looks great. This GME that was on a wild short squeeze yesterday. There was some talk on the TV how the kids at Reddit and social media were doing this. Matulia dropped them. And as long as they don't violate SEC law, I don't care. I don't care if they want to lure clowns around to send out a text saying, "Oh, buy GME. It's a great deal. If it's buyer beware. If you want to buy at 160 and left holding the bag, have a good time." We were going to short a call spread on this yesterday, but they were just ridiculous spreads. Actually, a bullish gap up here pre-market. Now, even though it's up $9 or whatever, it kind of looks, the range is so big, it just looks like a blip. This had a big move yesterday, and now it's doubling, so no interest on that whatsoever. FCX had earnings, no pattern. Remember, I'm trying to look for the best. The best setups. Gap's too big, no interest. Overstock, gap's too big. But on a pullback, McGraw, that's a put spread. Has a bullish weekly, monthly. Carl was asking about the huge stop on Hexo. Yeah, if you're trading it as a core trade, yes, I did. I gave it a huge stop under this green bar because a buy setup would fail and you would look to add. But if you're swing trading it, you buy it over yesterday's high, stop yesterday's low. Ride, here you go, ride. It's a sloppy retracement, but that's a nice gap right there. That's a 5, 10, 15-minute high trade. Let's put ride right there. Neog. There's my 1, 2, 3. If it takes out the highs, that's good to go. OMCL, I just did some scanning this morning. OMCL was in the wide range bar. So that was a nice breakout yesterday. NCNO. McGraw, I was looking at this. McGraw, we could sell a